Okay. What does the word elevation mean?
To go higher.
Yes. No, it is called an elevator because that elevates things. What does elevation mean?
Go up.
To go up. Now, in reality, everybody elevate their gaze.
What?
Oh, elevation happens.
Okay? No, G-A-Z-E, Carlin. G-A-Z-E. Elevate your gaze. Excellent. Everybody can do that, yes?
Yeah.
You moved your eyes from where? Looking at me to up. If your eyes started looking at me, what number would you assign to that level? 0, because that is where you start. Where you end moving your eyes, would that be a positive or a negative?
Positive.
It would be a positive because you are looking upwards. From 0 to up. Everybody take your right hand and aim it at 0. Excellent. You guys are brilliant. Well done. Now, take your left arm and aim it somewhere up. What have you made between your arms? An angle. An angle of what? No. Elevation. Because I started at 0 and I went up. Where does the angle live? Right where my face is. Okay?
Yes.
That is a complicated concept. Apparently. So I've been told. Now, for some strange reason, everybody is able to go, I'm looking at you, Michael. And now you stand up. Stand up. And now I am looking at you, Michael. And right here was where I went from 0, looking at him, to here. So right here is my angle of elevation. Everybody understands that, yes? But when we draw it on a piece of paper for some strange reason, students, you people, not you guys, because you're smart. Students, got it. What direction on your paper, because your paper is not real life, would you say is up? The top of the paper. In reality, up would be off the paper, wouldn't it, Alicia? But we couldn't draw that very well, could we? Because there's no paper up there.
They made like 3D pens.
So, here is how we draw it on a piece of paper. There is my eye. My eye looks out horizontally. And this is 0 degrees. If my eye looks up at an aeroplane, for example, since my eye has raised, I have made an angle of elevation. That angle exists between the horizontal, not xantal, that's where we start, and the target. That's where we end. And that angle lives between the two. So there is my theta. What is the largest angle of elevation that I can get? 90. Because once I look up at 90, I can no longer look any more up, can I? because I would need to turn my head, and now I am bringing my head back down. Do you understand? Yes. Now, somebody always does just what Carlin did. Now if I do this, and Carlin is absolutely right, except here is Carlin. You don't have a mustache yet. One day you will get facial hair, and we will celebrate it for you. There is Carlin. If Carlin is looking at 0 right now, he is looking straight that way at Mr. Myers. I haven't had a mustache in years. Yes? Now, if Carlin is going to be a Weisenheimer and lean backwards, he is going to raise his eyes this way, yes? He is going to get to the ceiling and he's going to say, Myers, no. I'm going to keep looking up and continue to lean back in his chair this way. In which case, his eyes would be over here, yes? But remember, angles of elevation are from the horizontal up. So even though Carlin is leaned back, the angle of elevation is actually there. Everybody understand? Everybody mostly gets the angle of elevation. It has another name, the angle of inclination, because it makes an incline. Now, there is also an angle of depression, which, guess what, has a second name. What do you think that is? Declination. Yay! Okay, now, you guys are very smart young people. If the angle of elevation exists between the horizontal and your target, where must an angle of declination or depression exist? Between the horizontal and your target, but your eyes go where? Down. So here is your eye. There is the horizontal. Now my eye is in the plane. And I am looking down at Mr. Myers down on the ground. So my eyes are up here and I look down. Where is theta? In the middle. All of you, at some point or another over the next 2 days, are going to tell me that this is theta. Theta. T-H. Theta. No. Theta. Not feta. Feta is goat's milk cheese indigent to Greece.
Wait, so where will people say that?
They will tell me that it is in here. Because you guys want to draw you don't understand that the triangle can rotate. Now here is the weird thing. So the angle of declination again exists between the horizontal. I did it again, horizontal. Horizontal and the target. But in this time, we are looking down. We look down. And in this one, we look up. Now, here is why this is confusing. I'm going to put both those airplanes on the same drawing. Just watch. Airplane. Carlin. Yes?
Carly?
Myers.
That actually looks pretty acidic. Yeah, that actually does look good. Pretty good.
Myers. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is, because Carlin is pulling a giant sign in his plane that says,
Myers is the best teacher.
so I look up and say, oh, I knew that, but thanks. When I look up, draw the triangle. Somebody tell me what, no, don't draw it. Somebody tell me what the triangle would look like. Myers is right here. Here's Myers. Here's Carlin. And here we're going to call point X because it's just a point on the ground. Draw me this triangle to show me the angle of elevation. Where would I go from Myers to make an angle of elevation?
Look at Carlin.
No.
No, look at Myers is awesome.
Look at X.
Yeah. Okay.
Then look up to Carlin.
Then look back down.
And that makes the angle of elevation. Yes? Now, Carlin, I have drawn that triangle, yes? Now draw Carlin's angle of declination. Where would he have to look? No. He would look straight backwards to point Y, which is right above Myers. And then down to Myers. And where would theta be? Right there. Now, here is the point of this part of the lesson that I didn't make you draw because I wanted you to think about it. In this situation, is my angle of elevation the same as Carlin's angle of depression? Yes, of course it is, because our eyes would meet. Do you understand me? Okay? A great many of you on your test, even though I have gone through all this, are going to tell me this theta, this purple theta, is Carlin's angle of depression. Because you want that you want there to be one triangle. Everybody understand? That is a trap that all of you on your test are going to fall into. You will, most of you, 90% of you will correct it, but some of you will still hand that in. What? That's what I said. They are exactly the same. They are just reversed because one is looking up, one is looking down. Because, of course, both our eyes start at horizontal and then they meet. Okay? Okay. All right. So everybody cool with that? Yeah? Okay. Let us move on, cabbages. It's like the 100th time I've done that joke. Are you seriously just getting it now? Or are you just trying to be a clown?
No, that's the first time I got it on the first try. That's only the first try. That's the 699.
All right, so look at that next question. And it's a word problem. And I know how you guys feel about word problems. They're not your favorites.
Definitely not.
But let's see if we can do it. Ike, standing on a soccer field, looks at the roof of the school with an angle of elevation of 30 degrees. If Ike is 42 meters away from the base of the school, how tall is the school? What is this unit called? Trigonometry. What have we had with every question we have done so far?
Triangle.
A triangle. Do you have a triangle here?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I don't see one. That looks like a big blank space to me.
Draw it.
So what do you do?
Draw a triangle.
Does it matter what it looks like?
No.
No, it's just a triangle. Whoomp, whoomp, whoomp. Measurements don't matter because we are going to add those measurements. Where is our good friend Ike? Floating in the air or standing on the ground? Standing on the ground. There is our good friend Ike. When Ike looks at the building, that is 0, the horizontal line. When Ike raises his eyes to look at the roof of the building, which is of course up in the air, roof, he goes 30 degrees. Ike is 42 meters away from the school. Where is Ike? On the ground. Where is the school? On the ground. So I must need the distance between them. 42. Now, do I have a theta? What is it? Do I have what else? I have an adjacent, which is 42. I need to know the height of the school. Is it X or is it Y?
Y.
It is Y. I do not need to know how far away Ike is from the roof. That's the hypotenuse. I need to know how tall the school is. Okay? Is it realistic for Ike to climb the school with a long tape measure, drop it down the top, have Josiah at the bottom, okay, what's that measure? Or is it realistic to measure this distance where he can walk? Right. Is he ever going to actually measure the height of the school? No. He is going to use indirect measurement, trig, to find it. So, since I need an opposite, and that is y, what am I going to use that uses theta, opposite, and adjacent? Tan. Tan of what? 30 equals
Y divided by 42.
y over 42. Numbers on the bottom, what math is it? 42 tan 30. Whatever it is. How many decimal places do I like for measurements? 2. All of you know how to use your machine. 42 tan 30. 24.25.
Oh.
Okay. Everybody Gouda? Great. Now, next question. Abby is flying in an airplane at 2,500 feet. Where's Abby?
On the ground.
Up in the sky. There's Abby. How far in the sky is she? 2,500. How far away is Mission if Abby sees it below her at an angle of depression of 15? So Mission must be away from her, yes?
Yes.
So the way I've drawn it, Mission must be over here, correct? Which is some distance along the ground from where Abby is.
Oh, Abby's the girl. Okay.
Yes.
Abby in the city.
Abby looks down at Mission with an angle of depression of 15.
That must be like the top.
Where is 15? Does Abby's angle of depression exist in the drawing as I have drawn it right now?
No.
No. If I finish this rectangle, there is Abby. But if Mr. Myers is down here in Mission, isn't his angle of elevation the same?
Yeah.
So do I need to draw them both? Or can I understand a concept?
Understand the concept.
Do I care which it is you do?
No.
You may draw both. I don't care. Do you have a theta?
Yes.
What is it?
It is fitting.
Fitting. What else do you have?
You have the height.
This is tricky.
The opposite.
I have the opposite, which is
25.
2,500. What do I need?
So you-
No, the question does not say how far is Abby
How
from
far away
Mission.
horizontally. So you need the base, the adjacent. The base.
Which is, we don't know, so we give it X. That's another tan question, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, what if I change this word? I remove horizontally. Now, what do I need? The word horizontally. How far away is the town of Mission from Abby? What do I need, Leighton? I need the hypotenuse, don't I? Everybody understand? Sweet.
Why?
Because
Oh.
the hypotenuse will measure the distance from Abby to town.
Oh yeah.
Because Abby is here. The original question asked for how far horizontally is Mission from Abby. So if you were driving from Abby to Mission in your little fun car, you would travel a certain distance. But Abby, were her plane to land in Mission, she would have had to go down the hypotenuse. Understand? Excellent. What's the answer?
2,500 and 15.
Tan 15 equals opposite 2,500 over adjacent, X. So it's 2,500 divided by tan 15. I'm not going to do it because you guys know how to do it. You are doing it wrong.
9,330.13.
Okay. 2,500 divided by tan 15. Okay. What have we had to do both times? Draw a triangle. So what are you going to need to do for every trig word problem? Draw a triangle. What is the next trig problem? Let us check, cabbages. Let us check. Woo! This is one of my favorite questions. A road rises 1 meter for every 19 meters measured along the road. So I better draw my triangle, yes? Where is the 1 meter of rise? Leighton? Leighton, right, bottom, or hypotenuse? Right. There is my 1. Where is the 19 meters measured along the road? So, if this were a mountain and I were driving along the road, we drill a hole through the mountain and then we elevate the car to the peak. Where does the road go up a mountain? So where is the road? Up here. There is the 19. Because as I drive 19 meters along the road, I will be 1 meter bigger than where I started. Ah. So, to the nearest meter, how far does the car travel horizontally when it travels 300 meters along the road? How can I solve this? I could do Pythagoras to find this side, couldn't I? What is it? So this side right here is 19 squared minus 1, right? And the square root of that, correct? So what is that? (19 squared minus 1) is 360, yeah? And then I need to square root it, yeah? Okay, so square root that. It's a pretty yucky number, but 18.97, yeah? Okay. Is everybody happy with that? I would be happy with that. It's shorter than the hypotenuse, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But what do I know? So that means if my little car drives where? 19 meters? Oh, son of a gun. I will have gone, I left a wheel behind. I won't have gone very far. I will have gone up 1 meter, yes? But I want to drive longer than 19, don't I? How far do I want to drive? 300.
300 horizontally. Not 90.
When I travel 300 meters along the road. Right? So if 19 moves me 18.97, how far will 300 move me?
And do proportions.
Got to do proportions, don't I?
Yes.
19 moves me 18.97, yes?
So how many?
So
300.
300 moves me x. And then you cross multiply, which you already know how to do. Multiply the pair, divide the spare. 300 times 18.97 divided by 19.
299.53.
Now, Mr. Meyer, why'd you give us a Pythagoras question in Trig? Could we have solved this with Trig? Yeah. How?
You have to do hypotenuse, or no, opposite divided by.
This is the triangle I have, yes?
Yeah.
19, 1, right? If I can find theta, right? If I can find theta, how would I find it?
You do the shift.
Shift of what? No. No.
Shift the sign. Shift the sign.
If I do shift sign of opposite 1 over 19, will I get theta?
Yeah.
What is it?
Drag underneath the hole. Shift. Sign. 1 divided by 9. 4.74.
4.74 degrees, yes?
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to know how far horizontally I go if I drive how far down the road.
Okay, so you gotta find out
How far down the road are we driving in the question?
9.
No. 300. So what's my hypotenuse now? 300. I need to know the horizontal distance. Where's that? X. Do I know theta now?
Yeah.
4.74.
Adjacent divided by hypotenuse.
Now I could do cos with 4.74 and I would get the same answer.
Cos 4.74.
So cos 4.74 equals adjacent x over 300. 300 times cos 4.74 is what?
298.97.
298.97?
Yeah.
298.97, right? Just one sec. Come back to here. 300 times 18.97 divided by 19, 299.
Yeah,
What did I get here?
289.
298.9.
That's
And I got 299.5.
almost exact.
70 centimeters off.
Is that bad?
I'm asking you. It's indirect measurement. Is that bad?
No.
In 300 meters, which is 30,000 centimeters, you were 7 centimeters off. Does it matter how you solve it? No. What?
How would you do the sine -1 thing again?
How did I get that number?
Yeah.
On your calculator, depending on what you have, you either push second sine bracket 1 divided by 19, close brackets equals, or you do 1 divided by 19, then shift or second or whatever, sine equals, depending on whether your calculator is forward or backwards. Then that will give you theta. Remember, shift sine finds angles, regular sine finds distance. Shift cos finds angles, regular cos finds distance. Shift tan finds, regular tan finds. I need a hypotenuse. What is the one I cannot use? Tan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
I do not care about the hypotenuse. What are the two that I will not use?
Cos and sine.
Cos and sine.
I remember.
Yeah, so on my calculator, I would do sine 1/19.
I guess so. I don't have your calculator in front of me. I showed you both ways to do it. Do you have a forward calculator or a backward calculator? Well then, you do forward.
I got like 3.0. You got like 4.0.
I didn't get 4.74. Other people told me it was 4.74. Shift, sine, 1 divided by 19. It is 3. I don't know whoever said it was
I got
4.74.
4.74.
Yeah, it was three. It was three.
Thanks,
I
Amsherman.
did it wrong.
Guess I do need to do every question.
I did get it. I didn't put the black, that's why.
Okay,
I actually didn't watch it, but don't put the black.
Amsherman, we believe you.
He didn't believe me.
Determine the area of this rectangle. To get an area, what do I need?
Length and width.
You need an L and a W. How are we going to find them?
You have to put it.
Do I have a theta?
Yeah.
What is it?
One.
What else do I have?
You have the
And hypotenuse of what? 12.7. What will I use to find W? Because what's my opposite?
W.
W. What's my adjacent?
L.
L. What will I use to find W? Sine. Yep. 21 equals opposite W over 12.7. That'll get me W equals
12.7.
12.7 times sine 21. Now listen to me. I'm going to do something a little funky here. Have we had to touch our calculator yet? No. Don't. Everybody cool with that? Does everyone agree that that's what W is? Yeah? Okay. What's L?
L you would use
Is cos 21 equals adjacent L over 12.7, yes? So what's L?
you do
12.7 times cos 21, yes? Have we needed our calculator yet? No. What is area of a rectangle? Base times height,
Area.
area equals L times W, yes? What's L?
L is 12.7.
12.7 times cos 21.
And then
What's W?
12.7 sine.
12.7 sine 21. Now, can we go to our calculator? And we can do it all at once. Why is that better?
With less steps.
Less button pushing and moving numbers from your calculator back to your paper, which is where you make your mistakes. Because you people want to make sure you finish. You feel you get some kind of prize for finishing first. You do not. So I do not even go to my calculator until here. Because if we went to our calculator here and I said, what's the answer? How many different answers would I get? A lot, because some of you would round it to 1 decimal. Some of you would round it to 2 decimals. Some of you would round it to 1 decimal wrongly. Some of you would round it to 2 decimals wrongly. Some of you would tell me it was 4.74 when it was 3 wrongly.
Who was that?
Some of you will forget that your texting thumbs need autocorrect because you push the wrong button all the time. So, should we push more or less buttons? Less. So, I do this all at once. 12.7 cos 21, close brackets, times 12.7 sine 21, close brackets, equals 53.96. Now, are you allowed to do it piece by piece? Yes. How many of you will try to do it piece by piece without writing anything down? Jack. Because Jack does not show me a lot of work.
That's the area, right?
Yep, that's the area. Listen to me again. Listen to me again. Listen to me again. Listen to me again. That and that is the best possible answer you could give me. If you want the A, you would show me this work, and that would get you the A. Amsherman.
It says nearest 10th of a square meter.
Okay,
So 54.
so 54. I didn't see that, sorry. Because I'm used to saying 2 decimal places. Okay. I highly recommend learning how to do this way. Because as you go further in math, just like when we did pi, right? We left pi as pi rather than rounding it off. This is what higher level math does. They leave it written that way because there is not an exact answer. Okay? And I find it easier when you're doing complicated trig. So let's look at this next question. When we get to the next question, you guys have already done something like this. What am I trying to find? Mn, which is right here, yes? There is Mn. I have made it green. Now, I like this question because it does a couple of things. One, it reminds you how to find a side of a triangle. Mn. You go to the M, you go to the N, you find the line that goes between them. The second thing you can do to make this easier on yourself is give Mn a single letter. What would be the right letter to name that green side according to your rules of naming?
F. Oh.
Small l, actually. Because there is big L and it is across from small l.
Okay.
Now you need to find small l. In order to find anything and everything in a triangle, how many pieces of information do you need from that triangle? 2. One of those pieces of information must be what? A side. And the other one must be or the other side, right? If you have 2 sides or a side and an angle, do you know every part of the triangle? Yes. So to find L, I have a theta. I must need another side. What is the side that I will be able to find? Is it LM or LN? Which is it, Carlin? LN, as in nice one. Because this is the side you can find. Why? Because over in this red triangle, do I not have 2 pieces of information? Do you understand now, or are you starting to see how surveyors are using this? If I needed to do something over here, but these measurements would get in the way of life, I can make measurements over here and apply them over here. Everybody get it? So in the red triangle, what do I have?
You have
Theta of 33 and hypotenuse of 8.2. What do I need in order to get to my end goal? I need an adjacent. I do not care about this, do I? So my adjacent here, I'm going to call it Lil M. Right? And I'm going to label him Lil M. So I need Lil M equals cos 33. Actually, I'm not going to write it that way. I'm going to write it properly. Cos 33 equals Lil M over 8.2, yes? So what is little m? 8.2 cos 33. Should I go to my calculator yet?
No.
No, because am I done? No, but I know what little m is. Now I'm going to move on to the green triangle. Do I have a theta? What is it? 49. Do I know anything else? Yes, what do I know? The hypotenuse is what? 8.2 cos 33, right? And what do I need? Opposite equals L. What uses O and H? Sine. So sine 49 equals O, L, over 8.2 cos 33. That's on the bottom. So it's 8.2 cos 33 times sine 49 will get me L. And you do that all at once. Go to your calculator once, so there's only one chance that you push a button wrong. How would I punch that in?
Bracket 8.2 goes 33 bracket another bracket
Bracket 8.2
5.1219
cos 33. Close brackets. Now you will notice I needed double brackets on my machine. So will Vicky. So will Manalo. So will anybody that is using a TI-84 or 83, the big giant calculators like Leighton has as well. Most of the rest of you will not need those double brackets. But some of you, like Amshiman, will. Whose responsibility is it to know how their calculator works? Yours. Now, I've done one. Now I open a new set of brackets. Sine 49, close brackets. And I got to close the bracket again. Equals 5.19.
And my calculator.
Listen to me. Let's pretend your algebra isn't top notch. Let's pretend that here you do not understand why that value can be moved over to here. You need not put your hand up, but if you do not understand this step, you know who you are, right? What is the way you fix that? Then you find what m is right here. You do 8.2 times cos 33 and you get yourself a decimal right there. M equals whatever it equals. 17.3, doesn't matter, whatever it is. And then you move that number rounded up to here. Do you all understand? Do I care which way you do this? Which way shows me that you have a better understanding of math? My way. Which way will you be allowed to use were you to become a surveyor in the real world? Either one. Do I make myself clear? Will doing it my way garner you any extra accolades? No. Will it help you further down the road? Yes, because your future teachers and professors are going to write it this way and probably not even bother finding what L is. They will probably leave it like that. Okay? Okay. Mr. McCarr. No. How can they be an infinite number? See, you missed that first lesson. There's theta, yes? Okay. A, B, C. What is tan theta right now? A over B, correct? Right? So I need a rise and a horizontal, right? So here's my eyes, yeah? So as I rise, now eventually I'm going to be looking straight up, aren't I? Right? So if I'm looking straight up, right? Do I have any horizontal distance? No. I'm looking straight up. I have no horizontal distance. So can there be a tan of 90 degrees? Yes or no? Don't go to your calculator, yes or no. I'm looking straight up. To make a tan, I need an opposite, and an adjacent, yes? I'm looking straight up. Do I have my adjacent? No. So tan of 90 can't exist. Go to your calculator. Tan 90. It doesn't exist, right? And that makes sense, doesn't it? Right? Because if where in this triangle is the 90? Right here, yes? So there's theta, correct? So what is opposite to theta? No. C is the hypotenuse. Nothing. There is no opposite or adjacent. So there can't be a tan of 90 degrees. Cool? All right, now, there's three, aren't there? Sine. So sine of theta, when theta is over here, opposite A over C, right? Okay. So sine, now if theta is there, what's opposite? What's across the triangle? C. What else is C? So it's C divided by C, isn't it? Which is what? 1. Go to your calculator. What's the sine of 90? 1. Because it's hypotenuse over hypotenuse. What's cos of 90? Do you think? Cos of theta when theta's there.
But there's no adjacent.
So what do you think it is? There's no adjacent. What number shows nothing? 0 over what? What's cos? C. 0 divided by C. What's 0 divided by everything? 0. So go to your calculator. What's cos 90? There you go. Picking up what I'm putting down? Read my mail, mow my lawn? Sweet. Let us move on, cabbages. Actually, I think I'm going to stop because I think that's enough, and you guys can finish these problems for homework. The rest of the booklet up to your review. Yep. Do not bother doing your review. My computer is frozen like it always does. So there are 2 more questions that you are going to work on right now. It is 12:43. Listen, please. You are in this class until 1:05. In 12 minutes, I will be calling your attention back to me. So you guys have 12 minutes to figure out 6 and 7. Go. Because I will need your attention back to me. Six and 7 will require thought. I will be showing you the correct. So, what do I know in the first one?
You know.
Do I have thetas?
Yeah. 29 and 34, depending on what the true is.
Doesn't matter. Right? I have thetas, yes? So I got 2 triangles with which I am working. I never gave you guys the right answers to that sheet, did I? Should have done that. I have 2 triangles with which I am working. I have this one, which is blue, and I have this one, which is red. Yes?
Yeah.
What's red theta?
That 34. And then you have the adjacent, which is half of 55, so you have 27.5.
27.5. What about blue theta?
You have 29, and then it's the same adjacent. And then you need to find the opposite. So you can find the opposite.
So that's x, and what's this one?
Y.
Y. Then you just do your math.
And you get 15 and
So this side is tan 29 equals x over 27.5. 27.5 tan 29 equals x. And this side must be 27.5 tan 34 equals y. Right? Excellent. Now,
Y equals
the second one, if you've got that written, you know how to do it. The second one causes trouble because many of you, for some strange reason, have not been taught how to read an angle. What angle do I need to find? G, H, J. I need this whole angle, which is this part that I've colored red. I'm going to zoom in to make it even easier to see. It's the part that I've colored red plus this part that I colored blue. Now, if you're smart, you will notice this. I'll change it. It's the part that I've colored with the highlighter green. If you're smart, you will have noticed that it's one big triangle, right? So that should help. Go diddly-o.
That means you can use the Pythagoras theorem to find out
Pythagoras.
Pythagoras, same thing, Pythagoras.
You can use the Brontosaurus theorem.
Yeah, that one. And you can find out that small thing, then you can find the entire one, then you can
Dinosaur. You just do You said a dinosaur, and then you're like, yes, that one.
I was being funny.
There's a lot of ways to figure this question out. But the key to figuring out this question is going to your calculator at the right time. We are running out of time, so I would like to go over this one. So, what are the ways I can find that angle? If I had the whole hypotenuse and the adjacent, I could coast for it, couldn't I? But I don't have the hypotenuse, do I? So that won't help me. If I had this and this, then I could tan for it, couldn't I? But I don't have that and that, do I? So I got to get one of those two things. Where can I get one of those two things? I either need this or this. What can I get right now?
Y.
I can get Y, can't I? How? By the Brontosaurus theorem.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So this I'm going to call Y. How do I find Y? It's the square root of what? 9 squared minus 6 squared, which is the square root of 81 minus 36, yeah? Which is what? 45. Now, wait. If I hit square root 45, am I going to get an exact answer? No, so I should leave that, shouldn't I? Okay, I know that's square root of 45. What's this? So what's the whole thing? Square root of 45? Plus 4. So now I know this whole red side is what?
45 squared.
Square root of 45 plus 4, right? And now I know this side, yeah? I need this theta, don't I? Do I know theta? No. Theta equals theta. It ain't changing. Do I know theta's opposite? What is it? 4 plus root 45, right? Do I know the adjacent? What is it? 6. Do I need an angle or a distance? I need an angle. So is it shift tan or tan? Shift tan. Tan theta equals opposite 4 plus root 45 over 6. Now this is really, really hard to punch into your calculator because it's really different for every machine. Okay? But it can be done in one go. Watch. First of all, I need shift tan right away, yes? Now, I need brackets there, don't I? So shift tan, I need some brackets. 4 plus, for me, root 45, close brackets, yes? Oops, I screwed that up. Oh, that might work. No, it didn't. There. 4 root 45 in brackets, yes. Divided by what? Divided by 6, yes. And that whole thing is my brackets, right? Because in this, it's going to do that first. And then it's going to divide that answer by 6. And then it's going to take the shift tan. 61 degrees. Now, let's say you couldn't get that. You don't know how to put that in your calculator. So then you've got to break it down.
61 degrees.
If you're going to break that down, you need to do this one first. So you go to your calculator. 4 plus root 45, however you get it. 10.7. I'm going to write 10.7 over 6. But on my calculator, I'm going to leave the 10.7 there, aren't I? Then I'm going to divide by 6. I'm going to get that yucky answer, yes? Right? Right? Then I'm going to shift tan, and I'm going to use that answer feature that I showed you guys a while ago. The ANS feature. The last answer that my calculator gave me. That is going to shift tan 1.78. 60.7. Okay, no. Don't be silly. Everybody got it? That answer key is going to become one of your best friends. You will notice we have touched on it before, haven't we? But we are really starting to use it now at the very end of grade 9. Why could that be?
Next year.
Because it will be very important to be able to use it next year. Are we clear? Excellent. Tomorrow the day will begin with a very short lesson. Very short. And then you will finish this review and you'll be done the year. Sam.
I was going to say, are you doing like a different way?
Yep, of course you can. There's always more than one way to do a trig question.
I was thinking like you find the first angle, the G and H angle, that one,
Yeah.
and then you would find the other angle.
Then you could find that angle. Then you would know that angle.
I don't have the answer thing.
Yes, you do. ANS.
Okay.
Alpha answer.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
That's right. So, like, to find that angle, you have like the adjacent and the hypotenuse. So you use cos to find that angle, and then once you find that angle to find the other angle, you have the adjacent and opposite.
Where? What are you talking about?
Like this angle.
Which angle? This
That one.
bit in here?
Yeah.
That's not a 90-degree triangle. You can't do trig on that. Not yet. You'll learn next year how to do trig
Can I
on
have
that.
my glasses back?
Okay. So you would have to. How would you do it after that then? Once you find that.
Find this angle first?
Yeah.
Well, you can't. I can, but you can't. Because if you found this angle, then you would know this angle, right? Because say that was 40, then this would have to be 50, wouldn't it? And then you know that's 50. How much is that? The whole thing, half a circle, is 180, right? So this would be 130, right? Now I have that side, and that angle. So I know the trig to find this, and then I could add the two. But you don't know that trig yet.
So this would be the best way to do it.
As far as I can tell, it's really the only way to actually do it.
Alright. So
For- at your guys' level.
you would
You don't have to do it in the same order.
Pythagoras to get that one, and then
I would Pythagoras to get this.
and then add them together.
Yeah.
and then once you add them together.
Or you could Pythagoras to get this, and then use Pythagoras to find the whole hypotenuse, and then use the hypotenuse with 6, or that to find that. Jesna.
I got this for the unit test, but on the community.
That's what you got, 80. Okay, so you're owed some marks. I know it didn't change. You just made me aware of it. I'm not the Flash. I need to change it, right?
Can I do my linear relations test after school?
Yes, Anne. Yes, you could.